Hey guys, the other day I made a video where I raked this Abus I have 8345, yeah, and I mentioned that I noticed something, and I wanted to point that out because the video is kind of a show-off video, you know, and I can't say enough, like, sometimes you get lucky, okay, and perhaps I got a bit lucky. I was able to rake this lock in an extraordinarily fast amount of time, given the amount of spool pins which are in this lock. So I'm going to point out what's different about this and what allows for that to happen. And I don't have a pin set, so I can't really like take everything apart and show you that it's not been tampered with. It's all default. But the best I can do to drop the core out of it will be that's not going to prove anything. Instead, I'll give you the technique, the knowledge, and you can do it for yourself. And you know, it works. So we have a standard piece of shit Taiwan lock here, and we'll put this right next to the Abus. Okay, so you can see the difference in the keyways. And let's see if I can get just the right angle. You can see the key is different. They turn the same way, but there's no catch on the Abus. What I mean by that, typically, if you used a really small tension wrench, like really small width, and you were to try to pick just this cheap, you know, Taiwan lock, it gets caught and it binds up and it won't turn the keyway. Okay, so and you won't be able to pick it like that. And then if you were to use something with a much more wide surface area, then you'll notice your tension tool gets in the way of the amount of space that you have in your keyway. The octa rake, which is what I used, is like a giant worm rake. And I mean giant. It's very large. Let me get a regular worm. Oh. So these are both Sparrow's products. Okay, this is their traditional worm rake, and this is the octa rake. And the octa rake is quite a bit more beefy. Beefy. That's good in a tool. I like having beefy tools. That means I can put them through a lot of punishment and they don't break. I'm known for snapping my rakes. Sorry, Sparrows, but I broke like 3 of your triple peaks. So, if we, once again, we'll try to pick, or rake, I should say, the little. It's just not even gonna. Yeah. And it's caught down there in that security mechanism that I was telling you about. It's just a little notch that prevents you from moving the cylinder. And it doesn't matter, like, I'm not going to be able to pop this. I'm just not. I can't set any pins because the tension's wrong. If I move it to the top of the keyway, however, with the same octo rake, and la-da-dee-dee, la-da-da-da. Demo gods are killing me. That's what I was saying, like, it never hurts to get lucky. And I knocked my tension tool out. So typically, you know, this is why you would normally be doing it from the bottom of the keyway. It's just a different technique, and some people use specialized tools, of which I have none, unfortunately. Oh, but I got it. So there. And once again, it's by that little bit, let's see, that catches right, let's see, down, right there. Your tension tool goes in, and normally you get caught because it's just not meant to allow for those shenanigans. Now, that's the same as the master lock, right? You can see that tension tool would go in like so, which would allow you to have all of that keyway access, and then once you apply tension, you get caught in that little trap. And then you can, you know, once you're in that little trap, you can't put any tension on it. So you're just kind of, you're not doing good. So switch up to the top of the keyway like so, and then start raking. Knock your tension tool out, par for the course, and do it over and over and over and over again, and finally this little master will open. There. And we have an open. Okay. So now on to the big bad Avis. Now, if we get, once again, side-by-side comparison of the locks. See how it's almost like backwards? Right? That means that we're going to be able to apply that tension in our desired slot, and we're not going to get caught by anything. And we have the entire keyway to work with. Now those Euro cylinders, which this is, typically they have some, well, I don't know if this is necessarily a Euro cylinder or not, but it's got like a hook curve up at the top, so that's one thing to be wary of. but just adjust your technique, you know. So try to go in with a little bit of tension, that way you're setting pins right off the get-go. I know a lot of people say that you put your pick in first and then you set your tension, but if I'm raking something, I'm going to go in, down, and just in and down on the way in, and then try to lift up and, you know, rip out. I've had probably the best success like that, and there's our Avis is open. And the reason why is because we have that much room in the keyway. If we wanted to, we could rake this lock open with a regular worm. But due to the sheer beefity, that's not even a word, the beefiness of the octo rake, it's just, you've got so many pins in place, and there, it's open. I don't know, beefy's good, man. I feel like it's just not gonna snap, and I've had so many break that I like the feeling that this is not going to break in my hand. Anyhow, I figured instead of, you know, making some video trying to show off or whatever, but it was badass, right? There's what's going on with this lock, and yeah, give it a shot yourself, and let me know how this technique works out for you for this Avis. Remember, just a really small tension wrench leaves that entire keyway open. There's no mechanism to catch the small tension key, and that allows you to just go to town with a rake, and you don't have to worry about getting caught with anything. Or caught by anything, I should say. Oop, more open. So, yeah. Have fun, guys. Take care.